For you doubtless remember, I have often expressed my sentiments that any man conducting himself as a good citizen and being accountable to God alone for his religious opinions ought to be protected in worshiping the deity according to the dictates of his own conscience. 3 of the founding fathers. Thomas Jefferson was actually one of the architects of the Constitution of the United States. Let me ask you once again, did these men believe in 2 kingdoms within the same nation? Yes. And sometimes I ask people when I lecture on this, I say, let me ask you, how many kingdoms are you citizens of? How many countries are we in now? We're in one country, right? But how many kingdoms are we citizens of in one nation? We are citizens of 2 kingdoms. We have 2 passports. One passport is a U.S. passport. That's the civil passport. And then we have the blood of the Lamb, which is the other passport. You see, we're citizens of one nation because we were born here, or we were naturalized here. We're citizens of the other nation because of the new birth. We were born again. And so we live in one nation, but within that one nation, there are 2 kingdoms that are to be ever what? Separate one from another. You know, there are many Christian activists today in the United States who say that the separation of church and state was established so that the state could not control the church. But the history of the Middle Ages and the history of the colonial period shows that the reason why the founding fathers separated church and state was because there was a danger that the church should use the state to accomplish her purposes. Frequently, Christian activists also say, well, the expression separation of church and state is not found anywhere in the Constitution. And that's true. If you look in the Constitution for an expression that says separation of church and state, you're not going to find it. But if you read the First Amendment to the Constitution, you're going to find that clearly in the First Amendment is the idea of the separation of church and state, of religion from politics. Notice what the First Amendment says. Congress shall make no law. Now, what part of no law don't you understand? Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. This is the first clause of the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. In other words, it doesn't say that Congress can't make a law establishing a church. Or Congress can't make a law establishing a religion. No. It says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. In other words, what the First Amendment forbids is not, favoring one church above another church or one religion above another religion. The First Amendment forbids the Congress from enacting laws that have to do anything with religion. Period. And so the First clause of the First Amendment says Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion. And then you have the second clause, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof.